What's going on, guys? This is Nick from Budget Build Garage, and today I wanted to show you my new wheels and tires. But before I do that, I figured we'd just go ahead and talk about money, because at the end of the day, you probably want to know what this whole thing's going to end up costing. I sure as hell don't, because I'm spending the money and it makes me sad, because this $4,800 was my original build, and I drove it like that for a full year, and I had a ton of fun. But things are escalating quickly, and I don't like it. The wheels I got, they were $435 a piece. Like, a piece, dude. I don't buy expensive wheels, dude. I don't. Like, $150, in my opinion, is a lot for a wheel. I know a lot of people put nice wheels on, man, but this is not my thing. But whatever. I needed them, and I'm going to keep justifying it to myself and to you guys. I don't know. Maybe I'll be cool with it later. Right now, kind of hurt. Tires, they were $300 a piece. They're normally like $350. I got Mickey Thompson's. They were running some promo where you mail in and they send you some money back. So that was pretty cool. I got a rebate. They were actually like $2.95 after that each. But I rounded up. And tubes, because it is a tubed tire. They were $90 a piece. I rounded them up. So whatever. But we're at like $6,470. It's not on the road. It's in a million pieces. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of hurts. But whatever. The wheels are what they are. If you want an aluminum wheel, the cheapest one you're going to get that's as wide as I need it to be was like $350, $375-ish. I tried to go to the used market, but then I started getting to weird offsets, and I just didn't want to deal with I didn't want to live with a bad offset to save a few bucks. I could have gone with a steel wheel, but they're heavier. A lot of them aren't DOT approved. A lot of them aren't SFI approved. There are some out there, but I didn't really want to put a steel wheel on it. Had I done that, though, I could have knocked it down to more like $150, $175 a wheel, and that would have been easier, but I like the wheels I got. They look cool, and I'm just going to deal with the money spent. It is what it is, and so right now we're about $6,500, and let me go ahead and show you the wheels, show you the tires, and also explain a bit of why I did what backspacing I did. So I'm going to show you that right over here. All right, so these are my Billet Specialties Street Lite. That's what they are. They're the Street Lite wheels. 15 inches. They're 14 inches wide. They're pretty awesome. Incredibly light. I like them. They look really cool. I didn't go with a bead lock for two reasons. One, I couldn't afford it. And two, I really don't think it's that necessary for the power level I'm trying to go for. Bead locks are bitching. It'd be cool if I had them, but dude, immediately, even for a single bead lock, it's $1,000, per, and I just couldn't do it. So if I ever run into some trouble, I'll drill some holes and put some put some screws in it. That's what everyone always does. It's what people have done forever, and if I need to, that's what I will do. The tire I use, it's a Mickey Thompson ET Street. It's 32 inches tall, 14 inches wide. Like I was saying, when I was talking about, picking out your frame rails on the previous episode, the 14 inches refers to the actual contact patch right here. The tire itself is actually a little bit more than 17 inches wide, so that's something to think about. Don't hop online, buy 14 inch wide, and think you have a 14 inch wide tire. You don't. It's much bigger than that, and you need to make sure you've accommodated for that wide, stance. So I went with the 4.5 inch back spacing. It's pretty awesome. When you're doing something like this, oftentimes you'll see something like 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. The reason for that is you don't want this thing actually in the center, because what happens is you need to be able to pull this thing off the rear end, clear your brakes, and clear your wheel studs, because realistically you'll have the long 3-inch wheel studs, and not every car has a wheel opening big enough to just slide this on. In fact, pretty much none of them do. The El Camino barely does. A lot of them you can get lucky and you can arrow it down and air this thing down and slide it in. But if you want something like a 57 Chevy, an earlier El Camino, or like a Nova 2, the actual openings are so much shorter and so much narrower, getting this thing in is pretty much impossible. Also, you want to be able to tilt it in and get it up in there and then untilt it, and that's the reason it's so much shorter. So you can get the whole tire up in it at an angle, kind of swoop the bottom in, and hopefully you're there. If not, you're putting the whole thing up on jacks. You're probably gonna have to disconnect the coilovers. You're gonna have to lower the rear end as low as it'll go to slide this on. You don't want to make more work for yourself if you're the type of guy that's gonna take these off and on. I plan on doing stuff like drag week and Rocky Mountain Race week with this car, so these are going to come on and off every single day. I need them to be able to come on and off pretty easily. So, I mean, that's really it. That's something to think about when you're ordering yours, is kind of decide what you want to fight and what you want to deal with. In like right away, I kind of wanted to put it more towards the center, something more like 7 inches on the backspacing, so I can run a small tire easier if I ever want to switch back and forth. But like, I didn't want that trade-off of the hassle of trying to get something big in and out of this thing constantly. So that's what I went with. I think it's going to be fine. I do like the wheel. I do wish I spent less money, but it is what it is. And yeah, I'm just going to keep going from here. On the next episode, I don't know. I got a bunch of stuff showing up. The rear cross member, the whole back half frame showed up. Also, I did get my engine back from the machine shop, so I should show you guys that because it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode, and I'll post something again soon. You guys take it easy.